Imagine we're at the very beginning of a design process, starting with a hand-drawn sketch of a chair. This isn't a finished product yet, it's just an idea on paper, focused on shape, proportions, and overall intent. We bring this sketch into the image generator and choose Nano Banana Pro, which performs especially well when translating sketches into realistic objects while preserving structure and design intent. Since this is a product-like object, it could be treated as an object reference, but for this example, we'll simply add it through the upload reference, which works just as well. Both options give the model the same visual information, so the choice mainly depends on how you want to organize your references. Before generating, we quickly check our settings. We keep the aspect ratio at 16:9, set the resolution to 2K, and generate a few variations so we can compare results. Nothing fancy here, just sensible defaults before moving forward. Now let's talk about the prompt. At its core, we're focused on a single idea, turning this sketch into a physically plausible, premium design object. That prompt can be very simple if all you want is a realistic interpretation of the sketch. Or if you want full control over materials, lighting, weight, and camera, you can be much more specific. In this case, we're being very deliberate. We describe the material quality, the weight of the object, how the curvature behaves, and how light should reveal the form. We also define a clean, neutral background and a realistic camera angle so the chair reads as a high-end, manufactured piece rather than a concept render. This level of detail isn't mandatory, but it gives you much tighter control over the final results when precision matters. Once everything is set, we generate. The chair now reads as a real object, grounded, coherent in scale, with consistent material response and believable lighting. At this point, we have a finished design object that can stand on its own. And just as importantly, one that we can reuse later. Now let's switch context. Imagine we're also working on an interior project. Separate from the furniture design, we have a hand-drawn sketch of a living room. This sketch defines the space, proportions, and overall layout, but it's still abstract and unresolved. We bring this second sketch into the image generator, again using Nano Banana Pro. Here, the prompt focuses on turning the sketch into a realistic space. We describe materials, light, and atmosphere in broad architectural terms, letting the model resolve texture, scale, and realism while respecting the original structure of the drawing. Before generating, we keep similar settings to the previous step. The same aspect ratio, high resolution, and multiple outputs so we can compare results consistently. The interior reads as calm, balanced, and believable. Materials respond naturally to light, proportions feel human, and the space feels photographic rather than rendered. At this point, we're working with two finished elements, a design chair and a complete interior, each developed on its own. This is where the workflow opens up. Instead of starting from a single sketch that includes everything, we now bring together elements that were designed independently, just like in a real design process. To do this, we stay inside the image generator. We add the interior as at IMG1 and the chair as at IMG2. In the prompt, we keep things simple. There's no need to describe materials or lighting again. Both elements already carry that information. The prompt only defines their relationship. Before generating, we check our settings one last time. Same model, same format, consistent resolution. The chair integrates naturally into the space, maintaining correct scale, lighting, and material coherence. It feels like part of the room rather than an object placed on top of it. This workflow lets you build reusable modular elements that can evolve across different projects. And that's it for this tutorial. We hope this has sparked new ideas and inspired you to explore bigger, more ambitious creative projects.